There are many reports of priests fathering children, and then sometimes these children come to the priest, or sometimes the priest doesn't abandon the parents. But usually, it's something that has beginning to happen more. And in Kachifono, there's a story child titled "Our Priest," where something like that happens. Hi, welcome to Roving Books, and today we'll be reviewing Kachifono by Harachi Nnamchi. Let's get into it. This is a collection of short stories, and each story is spectacular in its own way. Although the general theme seems to be women that men have hurt in terrible ways. And we see starting from the first story where a man is treating his wife anyhow. He's been to her, he's beating her, he cheats on her. And then they have just one child, and she watches how the treatment is going, and she makes her mind that she's not going to participate in that kind of life, that this is not something she wants. So she's put in a boarding school where she sees a different kind of life, and she just contemplates the essence of life. The stories just go through different motions, and they each place a man at the center of the story, titling it after a man. For example, we have our husband, my son, the priest, and on it goes. Now, for our son, it's a similar story, just that the child in the story was a boy. And someone said, "Oh, this person looks like someone who needs to see a psychiatrist." But we dismiss mental health concerns in Nigeria a lot, so he wasn't taken to see one. And he decided to take matters into his hand, and he kills his father. Very sad. But we see that his mother is free, but like, remember when this happened in Purple Hibiscus, where Jaja accepts the blame for his father's death, and it's his mother that kills his father, obviously, but Jaja just takes up responsibility. In this story, it is not the woman, it's the son. He says he can't keep on watching this happen, and he does what he does. Now, it's not something that people condone, it's not something that people support, but they've been telling the woman to leave him because he doesn't rate her, he doesn't respect her, he doesn't see her as a person. But if she's even grateful to be in the position, she says that, oh, she's even happy that she has a son for him. That was if she had a daughter, her case would have been worse. And even the person narrating the story is just puzzled because there's also another story in this story of a character who keeps on having children that they cannot cater for, and they have to call people for the barest necessities. Like I said, it just focuses on the effects of what some evil men have done to women. The entire summary of this book is souls men have snatched. Yeah, the stories are a tribute to the souls that men have snatched. Stories are unapologetically Nigerian, and you're sure to find a character or a story that will dwell forever in your subconscious. You just know that this is something that happens. So it is something every woman can identify with, irrespective of where they are in Nigeria, whether it's Port Harcourt, Lagos, Rivers, wherever you are. It's something like you may have heard it, at the very least, you may have heard it, or you may have seen someone experience it. Kachifono is very short, like it's a very short story. You can read it in a sitting or two, and Harachi's writing is very easy, it's very bare in the sense that it is very simple. So it doesn't make, like the way some people criticize Wole Soyinka's writing and say that, oh, he makes use of big English and all of that. She doesn't do that. She uses day to day Nigerian English for you to understand what's going on, and she does achieve her purpose because by the end of the story, you are left with a sense of heaviness that this is the reality some women live in. And that's all from me for Kachifono by Harachi Nnamchi. Bye.